Hey everybody, I'm Joe here at Music Villa in lovely downtown Bozeman with the Gear and Beer Show. Blaise is on his way, we hope. He's selling some guitars upstairs, doing his job. Sometimes they get him to do that, so not going to fault him for that one. But I got to get rolling. I'm actually taking a little road trip today. I'm selfishly starting the show because I got to get on the road. So Blaise will be here, I hope. We're not going to crack the beer until he gets here. We're going to be nice people like that. Our good friend Tim Rooney is here with us. Very excited to have Tim here.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, Tim. And I think we should get right into it, man.
Yeah.
Tim and I are Oh, there's the man.
Oh! Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Blaise. You
Sorry, I was on the sales floor. I had a big penny whistle sale, Irish penny whistle sale, that an egg shaker, and it took a turn for the worse. It was one of those interactions that you question your being, your world being.
I need to know the turn for the worse.
Yeah, it was. It made me rethink my life. Like I should have took the baseball scholarship instead of go on Tour of the Dead. But here we are now.
All from a penny whistle sale.
It was a penny whistle sale. I'm quitting after this show because no more Irish penny whistle sales for me. Dagnabbit. Tim, hello, sir. How you doing? Welcome
Great,
to the
man.
office. Yeah,
thank you, man.
Welcome to the genie bottle.
Yes.
I dream a genie. Joe, why are you in a hurry today?
I'm going to Dead and Company at the Gorge today and tomorrow.
Yeah. Instead of taking a high-profile job interview today that he was going to do,
surf in the dirt.
Yeah. So he's making life choices. Yeah. So we'll see how that ends out for him. Stay tuned.
Went to Missoula last week. I'm still sobering up from that. So.
What was in Missoula last week?
Just some shows and just friends.
Cool. You're just living it up.
Living it up.
Yeah, no more 9 to 5 for this guy, or 11 to 2, or whatever it was.
check out my gig schedule. I'm gonna post it on Instagram this week.
Joe's a professional musician now.
I think there's 17 gigs in June that I'm gonna play. So
nice.
When I'm not playing a gig, I'm go have fun.
And 2 are not bar mitzvahs. So
yep. And 2 of them are not in my mom's basement.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what you did with the audience.
Plate,
yeah, the paper
guys?
Plates. There's girls and boys. Yeah, you did the yarn for hair for the girls.
Yeah, I mix them up, the paper plates, so it feels like different people.
It's good. It's like arts and crafts.
Jeff,
and
I haven't
music.
seen you since last October. Trisha and Gary. So glad you guys can make it.
He pre-records all the rebuttals. Hey, good to see you again, Joe. Okay.
I'm always coming into Music Villa and buying crazy lights, so I have the lights in my mom's basement and the smoke.
It's a big show.
It's a big show. I have a lot of capes. Yeah. You've been down there. No, you haven't. No one's allowed down there.
Joe! It's lunchtime!
Mom, more graham crackers.
Okay, so welcome,
so
Tim. Tim brought us beer.
Can we get right into this beer, Tim?
Yeah, man.
What is this thing? Let's talk about this.
Let's get Blaise first choice since he's hardly working. Hardworking. Well,
I do.
Which one do you want? The summer or the fresh?
I want a double fist is my first choice.
I might want that.
Is that the one? Is that the gateway?
That's the gate. That's the one. Like first one's
Thank
free,
you.
from what I've heard, and then it's like you just want more. Fremont beers.
Fremont.
This is fun. So
they're out of Seattle, and it's a pretty boutique. And my good friends at Montana Ale Works just sent those over.
Nice, dude.
For the hardworking Music Villa boys to do some day drinking.
Humulus
lupulus. It means the wolf between something.
Between the legs. Oh, sorry.
Whoa. That's Canis lupus.
Which one do you want, Dustin?
Canis lupus. So this has got educational things on here. This is good.
Yeah, and what's this?
Oh, sorry, Jim. I don't know what that is.
Down and dirty.
I'm good.
This looks really refreshing and
coffee.
ice cold. My goodness. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, yeah.
What is that
These
one?
look great. These I think they're doing a good job with
vanilla bean
imaging.
Cali cream and vanilla cream ale.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Chug.
I'll
Blaise.
drink that one on the road.
Yeah,
Chugging
man,
an IPA first
I won't
thing
be
in the morning.
driving.
Just what I need.
No.
I got a Kraken hazy pale ale. Looks really good too.
Release the Kraken!
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
I think they put real squid in that, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
pretty
some squid
sure it's made
eyes.
with real bits of squid.
Yeah. Very squiddy.
Oh yeah. Smell the squid.
Let me smell that squid. Oh yeah, some hot squid.
Is that pretty crawny? They were saying this is like
What's that?
that's the jam, huh?
Is that pretty good?
It is really good.
This is super tasty.
You know what? It tastes like a
Yeah, right on.
very citrusy, that real nice citrusy hoppy type of IPA,
Yeah, thanks for
which
bringing
I love.
delicious beer.
Pour
Tim.
some all over my gear because it loves beer
Yeah.
too.
Drank a
you
lot of
know?
beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
match with it.
I think this wall's had a lot of beers.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
Stages were invented
Okay.
so people don't spill beer. That's actually the reason for a stage.
Doesn't
Hopefully-
work always that well
Sometimes
around
they just
Bozeman.
put their beer on it, yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah.
So,
Well, first of all, let's get a background of Tim. Let's
do
get
that.
to know Tim. Where are you from? What's your social security? What's the last 4 of your social security?
5155. You can use that. It's okay. I got no money.
Okay.
Some Nigerian took that last
Okay.
year.
Oh yeah. They needed help. Yeah. That's good.
I had to free my long lost cousin out of jail down there, and that I never
Yeah.
knew I had. So
Yeah. Very convincing.
broke
he's a
now.
prince,
Things
though.
that-
But he's a prince, but he needed money.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Eventually,
weird.
you'll get paid back. Yeah, I know. I feel good about it.
Yeah, man.
It's helping the world. Where are you from?
Well, I went to high school in New Jersey before.
Jersey,
Yeah.
baby.
I grew up.
Did you see Bruce Springsteen a lot?
No, but I have
Bon Jovi?
had some. I've had some great stories of Bruce Springsteen that people that I had talked to. My buddy's dad, back in the day, was at the beach at a 7-Eleven.
Pumping iron.
No,
Muscle
dude,
Beach.
not that kind. There's not beaches like that in Jersey.
Okay.
We're not talking Venice. It's the opposite end of that rainbow. It's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger, plastic bodies, beauty,
It's
hot
like I got
chips.
sweatpants with a smoke.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
interested. I'm not interested then. No.
My beaches were more like newly Eastern European immigrants in brand new track suits selling crack.
Yeah,
Oh.
Those kind of beaches. Yeah,
That's exotic.
Homeless dudes taking your flip flops from you while you're swimming. Those kind of beaches.
That's a huge
Yeah.
problem in Jersey beaches.
Oh,
I
dude,
heard.
you always bury them.
People talk about the
You always
syringes
bury 'em.
coming up, but it's
The
really
syringe,
the
yeah.
flip-flop stealing from the homeless. That's huge.
I wish I was making that.
Come
up,
on,
dude.
USA Today.
I wish I
It's
was
just
making that. up.
cologne and tracksuits and
Track suits.
Throwing rocks at each other. That's exciting.
Yeah, man.
That's an exciting environment to grow up in.
Yeah, it's good.
But Bruce Springsteen's a nice guy, right? Is that the consensus?
Bruce is
So
He's a
he
nice
was
guy?
he was talking on payphone at 7-Eleven. My buddy's dad said, "Hey," and he just like sat there and talked to him and hung out, and he was the coolest guy. And he just walked off, jumped on his cruiser bike, and rode off.
he's still got love for Jersey.
He still lives
we
there.
all know that.
He
Yeah.
still lives there.
That's cool.
He'll
He's a
sh-
real person. He's
Oh,
on
yeah.
a payphone.
He'll show up at like random local bands. There's a club by where his house called the Stone Pony, a world famous
Yeah.
club.
Classic.
He'll walk
Yeah.
into Stone Pony when some like classic rock cover band's playing. He'd be like, "Hey, can I jump in on
Cool.
on My Woman from Tokyo or whatever?" And he does it. I think
That's
that's
awesome.
pretty
I think
awesome.
That's very cool. Yeah.
So you came and sat in with me like a week ago, and you busted out a deep cut Bruce Springsteen tune.
I
That you-
did,
What
yeah.
was that? It was really good.
It's really
That
went
was,
Bruce Springsteen.
I
we
forget-
played it, but I can't remember the name.
It was Sandy.
It was Sandy.
It was Sandy.
That was good.
And that was that guy, whoever that traveling businessman asked us if we knew, and I was
Yeah.
like, I do know a
and he
song.
was stoked that you played that.
He was just mouthing along every word, and
Damn.
I
and
thought,
it was a
like,
wordy one, and you had it.
Yeah, that one took me like when I was probably in middle school or high school. It took me like a year to be able to like
Oh, yeah,
sit there and
deliver
play
that.
play that one. Yeah,
Yeah, Sandy. Bruce Springsteen's song Sandy. Is that on Nebraska? Or is it no?
it's on the Wild Innocent E Street Shuffle,
Right. Yeah.
with some other real deep cuts.
That's good. That's a good. one.
Rosalita.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that song.
52nd Street.
Oh, yeah.
Serenade.
That's some early good. Yeah,
His
just
early
rocking,
records are good,
grooving
dude.
stuff. Yeah,
They are.
I went
They
through a
are
little phase of that.
unreal.
Yeah.
Did you watch the thing the on HBO with Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine?
Not at all.
Talking about Bruce Springsteen.
No, I don't think so. No.
I don't need to go on that tangent, but there was just some really great info about early Bruce. You know, like Jimmy Iovine worked with him in the early years,
Yeah.
and then did some songwriting with him. Got got the song for Patti Smith from him. The night because the night.
Because the
Bruce
night.
Bruce wrote that.
Because the night
You know, and he was like-
belongs to lovers.
You stay in that store, bro.
Anyway,
We could all leave
Okay.
you and Joe could be
He
down here
usually
with the beer and do your
I'm
thing, bro.
usually velcroed to the stool.
he's
Not
a cool
today.
he's a cool dude like that, and I think Bruce even said like, "Oh, Patty could do this one," you
Yeah.
know, kind of thing. And that's it's a hit. He could have
Yeah.
kept that. Could have kept
Yeah,
that
you
hit.
can do that justice.
Yeah.
No, and I'm due to read his that biography thing. It sounds cool.
It is
anyway,
cool.
swell guy. We're really talking a lot about. We're really Springsteen in this stuff.
New
Yeah,
Jersey.
So
So-
you're on the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, spent
Cool.
a lot of time there.
Right on.
Yeah,
When,
man.
when'd you come out here? What
I
made
moved-
you come out?
I
here?
moved here in 1994 after a big trip to see what I wanted to do when I graduated from high school. And I did that in 93, and I moved here.
Cool.
And in the past 25 years, I've lived here off and on and traveled all over the world working and playing music and riding snowboards and surfboards and doing my thing. And now I'm just here for the duration.
Yeah,
Call that
man.
LIVIN.
Yeah, man.
Living.
Yes, you're teaching now. You gave up the Aleworks job like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, last year I stopped working there part-time.
So you were doing.
Yeah, you were there a
Both.
long time.
Yeah, I worked there
Yeah.
Gotta make
part-time
some
for
Skrilla.
a long time. It's awesome.
And you're good people.
Yeah.
The times you're working, people stuck around that place.
Oh, yeah.
Are you doing more music now? Is that the deal?
Well, I teach a lot of music, which is great, and got some different new projects going on and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But, as far as Scavocado, we did that
Scavocado.
really hardcore for about 10 years, and
Yeah.
we stopped on New Year's.
You had a great last show.
Yeah,
Just
it was
this last
awesome.
New Year's.
It was awesome. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell us. You want to tell
we
us a
don't get
little bit
much
about
ska
Scavocado?
around
'Cause
here. Yeah.
That band was a
Yeah.
big band. It was a lot of members. The core mostly stayed together for that time.
Yeah.
The Derek
Paul-
Trucks
Paul
band
would
of ska.
They kind of are. They
Yeah.
kind of are.
That's
Need
a
a bigger
compliment, I
bus.
guess, right?
Yeah. At
Yeah.
least with size-wise. Yeah.
Well, before Scavocado, I played in a band here and writing all of our own original music, and I loved it, but I really wanted to do something with horns, and I had always dreamed about being in a fun band like that. And
That's
Fun
fun.
party band.
luckily, I mentioned it to a couple people, and within like a couple weeks, they were like, let's do that. Let's do the ska. That would be so fun. And literally within like a couple months, we had, I'd taken all these old originals that I had and transformed them into ska songs.
Nice.
And yeah, man, we just hit the ground running and had a lot of fun.
Recorded a record.
We recorded a record. We ended up probably with 50-ish original songs that Paul and I wrote,
Nice.
which has been great.
Yeah,
Very
man.
cool.
And you did
Yeah.
some nights like you did a Clash night. I
Yeah, we did a
recall.
Clash-
Maybe
Clash,
Police. Maybe?
No,
You
we
did?
didn't.
No?
We did a Clash cover night where we did a set of our own music, and then we did a set of like 15 or 18 Clash songs, which had
That's
been
right.
like something I'd wanted to do since I was 10.
I remember when you guys
Yeah.
did that.
And
That's
it was
awesome.
great.
And you guys played like Rudy Can't Fail and some of those before in your repertoire.
Yeah,
or in your set.
we had worked in like probably some kind of fluid thing of about 40-ish Clash songs into our set here and there that we wanted to do, and then we were like, let's just do one big set of just Clash music, and brought back brought Tyler back that night and a bunch of other people that had been playing with us, so we had kind of that wall of sound thing.
Might be my
Nice.
favorite British kind of band that does that plays some reggae. Of the ones of the British bands that play reggae. Which
Oh,
there are
yeah.
many,
Better than
many.
UB40? Or what's the red? Was that who does
That's-
Red, Red, Wine? Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Or Simply Red? You don't like, what about...
So Simply Red, I love Simply Red.
That's a different
Yeah.
You
deal.
got a
man.
big
it's a
back
different
tattoo
deal.
of the lead singer. A lot of hair. So what do we got? What's you mentioned new projects.
Well,
What are we doing?
I am slowly trying to learn all of the songs that I've ever wanted to learn in my life that I love. That's been my mission this year. I just played some with Joe impromptu the other day. I've done a lot of busking
Never
in
do
my
that
life,
again.
so I'm trying to build up my busking repertoire.
I noticed it seemed like you're, just peripherally, I'm like, noticed you were busking more. You're doing
Yeah,
more of
I
that.
have
don't know,
been,
maybe
man.
you
And
have been and I
Haufbrau
haven't
more.
noticed, but
Yeah, I've my whole adult life, Haufbrau is one of the places I've taken out all my original stuff. I
Yeah,
was just
good
there
place to
Sunday
showcase.
night taking out a brand new song. Actually was talking about Dustin's dad, who has a crazy special place in my heart, because in 1994 or 5, the first thing I ever did is I played a couple songs at Hoff open mic, played Sugaree, and I played all these jams that I'd been playing in high school. I remember texting him like, damn, dude, that's pretty good. You should keep doing that. You should keep playing guitar. And I was like, I'm
Cool.
gonna, dude. I'm gonna.
Boy, that's cool.
I had a
Yeah.
reaction from Tex too. When I handed back his guitar, he just rolled his eyes.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
I think,
similar.
I think the blood that's inside the guitar
It's
is
Blaise.
That is mine.
Blaise's blood.
The
I
star-
know, because I
the
remember
Gibson star
when
guitar.
it happened, and I remember feeling bad, and even the next time he's like, I guess you can use it. My finger would always bust open
Really?
and just, and it shot, and his nice Gibson guitar,
What was this?
in the label you see flecks of blood, and
It was the night of the.
That's my
fingers,
diseased blood.
That finger.
Oh, man.
Part of that is in.
yeah, this finger is stuck to the.
It's inside the guitar.
It's inside the guitar. Yeah, people think it's a pick, but
be careful, kids.
It's like a felt pick. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, all you open micers. But yeah, he was wonderful.
That's
I
cool.
moved here in '95 and the same thing. Haufbrau, and you play, and he was there, and it was a huge thing to get all of us going.
Yeah,
it's cool. We had that influence on you, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I just played with Mike. He played drums with me on Sunday night. Sunday night's my jam. I love to go in there and just open up my heart and just go. And I've had a lot of stuff happen in my life, and I've just had so much new material come into me. So that's where I take it out.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good place to do that.
And then who knows beyond then it's just gets in the head and goes out there, and then I. Yeah.
So you're just doing acoustic type stuff?
Yeah, I was just playing acoustic, but.
Are you going to record any of that acoustic or do a project like that?
Or? I have a demo of the songs that I just did at home. Of the 2 songs I brought out on Sunday, I don't know what they're going to turn into.
Cool.
But that's kind of part of the fun.
Well, and you've been writing, obviously for a long time. But when you do your travels, you've done so much extensive world travels.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about it. You're like, I took the nylon string guitar on this and write a bunch on those trips. Sometimes they just come out on the trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes just sense of place and what I'm doing and meeting new people and.
Like writing a story, like a song could like some person, and some, spark can come out of that, and it.
Oh yeah.
A seed from that, right?
Yeah.
And you have the character, and you could, I mean, we all can't. With life's not infinite, or our lives are finite, our human lives, right? So you need to steal other people's stories if you want to write a bajillion songs.
You got to work mega hard, and you got to have Post-it notes. And Dustin and I have talked about this. If I'm on the chairlift, I'm like, don't forget this, dude. Do not let this go, because you will never remember this again.
But ultimately,
the phone thing is great to kind of try to record stuff.
You'll kill yourself living enough to have all those to live that much. You gotta use some other people's experiences in your writing, right?
Speaking of living and dying, shout out Dr. John.
Oh,
passed away yesterday.
Yeah, shout out Dr.
Huge. He's a huge one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm in a band that celebrates that kind of music. And
yeah, you are.
Yeah, that was harsh.
It's one of the all-time legends.
You got up there. That's good. But a little earlier than expected. But anyway, cheers to you.
Yeah.
Awesome musician. Check out Gumbo if you want to just put on a whole album if you're having a Mardi Gras party.
Vinyl? Gumbo on vinyl?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Wherever you can get it. Dr. John, Gumbo. He's got a lot of great albums, but that was one that really broke through his current sound, or just that New Orleans. He did the Night Tripper thing, which is freaky. But Gumbo's got that vibe, that just fun, partying, chill vibe. Great renditions of the song. Anyway,
what a legend!
There we go.
Yeah. Doesn't
So
okay. Level of legend.
Sorry about that.
There.
But we need to talk about. We're here. We're the Beer and Gear Show. Do we talk about that? We gear and beer.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
But we should make some sounds.
We should talk about some gear we got going on.
Do you want to just go ahead? Jump into the
talk
songs,
or go. Well, this I was just telling Dustin. I've had since middle school, and it's dating me. I've had a lot of pedals. I've had a lot of guitars. It's been my life, a big part of my life. I like this board. I was just talking to Dustin and saying, I made this. I have a case for it so that I knew this is all I can bring to a gig. I don't want anything else sistered and sitting under the mic stand, or I don't want some drunk dude falling on anything.
So
whatever is this, that's cool. So a lot of stuff goes in and out. And this is kind of from Scavocado. I have it set up for everything worked out for kind of our sound and our songs.
Do you want to run us through the order?
Yeah.
And just for people who might be listening and can't see it,
and
we'll talk about where you start, where you end.
To be honest, there are probably a lot of people who would be like, "Oh, put this in front of this, do this in front of this." I've kind of messed around with it. I know I could change the sound, but the way I have it is just for what I use the most and where I like it ergonomically.
Sure. This is good. We haven't had anybody do it, I don't think, ergonomic yet.
I don't even know what that word means.
I love this amp. I've had all sorts of Fender amps, and I can sound like a shallow person, but for me, there's one company that I need for everything, and it's like Strats and Tellys and Fender amps.
Right?
That's
a Fender
it,
into a
dude.
Fender is good, man.
I like that. I've done all sorts of stuff. I've played Les Pauls. I've played hollow body electrics. I've played Epiphones.
Oh, yeah. Remember you had that gold, you had the Scotty Moore,
I still have that.
the Epi with the P90s.
Yeah.
What's that model called?
It's the ES295 Scotty Moore.
Rad guitar.
Yeah, it's awesome. I just played it this morning,
I love
actually.
that thing,
I'll
man.
help him. It's-
Oh, sorry, Blaise, it's right here.
Oh, I know. I was. There's no light on, so
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
the light
the-
might be broke.
Nope.
Okay.
The light does a lot of
So,
snap, crackle, pop.
Let's do go through your chain.
I thought I could think of it as a new
So
one.
So
I
your
was like,
red is
something's
in. Are you
not
going
on.
in the tuner?
I'm in. I actually keep this foot switch on board for the amp that it
It's
comes
a
with.
Hot Rod Deluxe.
Hot Rod Deluxe.
Hot Rod Deluxe. It's a beauty.
It is a beauty, and
I played this for years.
I
Yeah.
like it because I keep it so that one channel is not overdrive. It's just a clean boost. Sort
Yep.
of set up so it's almost like a compression sound.
Oh,
And then the second
kinda
drive
good.
will give you actually delay
Some hair on it.
overdrive. And I've had all sorts of stuff. I love rats, Proco rats.
we were just talking about the rat
Um,
with Alex.
That's right.
I love
Rat's
this.
classic.
I've had this forever. Tube works, blue tube. So if I am recording or jamming where I'm not worried about playing out, I use that.
Is that like a tube driver?
Yeah, it's got a big old tube in it. It goes to 11. It
Killer.
freaking, you can feel it in your spinal
That was
cord.
David Gilmour
Nice.
famously did the tube driver.
Yeah, a lot of people. I guess Stevie Ray Vaughan played when he wasn't using a tube screamer like that. Some
Neat.
other people. It's crazy
So-
heavy. They're super sensitive. I've broken the
this
tubes
is
in them.
This is a Blue Tube TubeWorks. What's it called? Enhancer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called? And it's
Yeah.
Division of
It's-
Ginspins.
it's
Yeah.
got a preamp tube in it, a 12AX7 or something.
Yep, that's exactly what's in there. They're
so-
radical.
Nice.
So just on the but with Scavocado, you're keeping it just to what's on the board.
Yeah.
So what's so we're in the tuner.
Tuner.
Then to
Wah. I like this Zach
Let's see,
Wild
wah.
Crybaby.
I do that one.
See, I'm seeing
good.
this is going under your board somewhere
Yeah.
though, from the tuner. Where are we going?
Tuner. Wah.
It is plugged into the wall.
Yeah. It's on this side.
Okay. Yeah.
Tuner wah. I've done a lot of different compressors. I like this Keeley.
He's got the Keeley 4-knob.
4-knob. Small Stone. I love for just the really wiggly underwater kind of whip it deal, which we all like. Ibanez analog delay. This Ibanez I've had since like middle school. I've
Nice.
literally had that for a super long
Neat,
time.
man.
Maybe not middle school, but I had a really long
Yeah,
time.
good
I
pedal.
just got this TC pipeline tremolo for when I don't have an amp that has on board vibrato, which
I remember when you got this. This is a neat pedal.
it's cool.
Yeah. Does a little more than just trim.
And I always, it seems like every time I would go someplace, maybe watching Dustin play or Matt Rogers or somebody, I'm always like, oh, what tremolo are they using? Oh, what does that dude have for tremolo? Because tremolo is that like wiggly, ethereal 60s Mersey beat, British Invasion, all that really cool
Yep.
tremolo.
I gotta have trem on the board too.
Yeah.
man.
And I always look, and I don't remember who, but they were like, oh man, get pipeline. I came in here. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what Reverb Deluxe Tremolo sounds like. That's it. That's
Cool,
it.
man.
So,
Nice.
and then
And then-
DD7,
It's
man.
great, man, dude. You're probably the fourth or fifth guy we've seen with DD7 on the board.
Yeah.
This pedal just seems
Classic.
to work for people.
Yeah.
A lot of you see this pedal still with so many players. There's a bajillion delays out there. DD7
Yep.
Boss
Kind of doing the trick.
man holds up.
It's great, and I like the settings because, like in a show, I can just quickly go from what I like for halftime. Because I have this set, so playing a song at 120 or something, it's like we're going to halftime, and it's just like boom, you hit that, and it's like
Chuck,
what,
chuck. Oh, that
boom.
one.
Yeah, done, and it's just like I got it timed, and if it's not, then it's just like a quick little.
Oh,
Is
if you're
that
playing
where we're at?
Ska, man, reverb or delay is key. Having
Yeah.
right delays. Those. So,
Yeah, for
so
sure.
then these are for fun.
These are
add-ons
for fun. This Digitech Synthwa envelope filter was an impulse buy here at the Villa, probably a good 10, 15 years ago.
It's a fun, wacky pedal.
I plugged it in and I was like, oh man, whatever setting it was on was like the
Wow, wow.
yeah, the guar killing innocent virgin sound, and I was like, holy crap, I want this. I don't care. That's mine. And then actually, the more I got into it, it's actually got a really cool auto setting where you can get that zappy
Yeah.
or the Jerry
Jerry a little.
Qtron-esque without being squished, and it
Uh-huh.
makes this wacky stuff. And then it just makes some just full-on gnarly satanic stuff, which
Cool.
if I'm at my house and I'm trying to workshop ideas or just jamming where it's
Or
like,
worship
whatever.
Satan. Yeah.
I mean, I get into Satan
Lighting
once in a while.
candles, lighting
Me
candles
too.
all around.
Pentagram.
Yeah.
I'll put that right in the middle of the pentagram. All the
What am I gonna do
dead,
with all these
all the
candles?
dead gophers, you
He's
know.
doing some yep.
Sacrifice a goat.
Some cold
Totally.
yoga and
Yeah.
screaming.
Cold yoga. And then cold yoga.
Cold yoga. The new Satan practice. Yeah. You heard it here first. Yeah.
And then the tube works, like that. It just, because I've broken the tubes and because it just stays at where I record and stuff.
And whammies are
And
great.
then-
and I like this generation of a whammy. This is the
Yeah,
one
I've always
before
wondered
the
about this
DT
guy.
thing they came out with.
And
It's
as
the-
you know, I just got this recently. I came in to do something else. I never had a whammy, dude, and I
they're
was
so fun.
I walked by. I think you were here, Tyler was here, and I'm like, use whammy?
Yeah.
Take my card. I didn't even look at the price. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So hop on
whammy?
that
You got to be
once
kidding
used
me,
for
man.
sure.
They're a
So
blast.
I got into some deep outer space one night by myself with that whammy, and now I'm getting some cool stuff with it. But it's fun.
You're
Yeah.
sounding
sweet
like
spots.
Tom Morello. You're no, just kidding.
So-
Tom Morello's awesome though.
Yeah, that's a cool pedal. I need to mess with that pedal.
Yeah, let's make some sound.
It's super fun. So
Oh yeah, got you, Tim.
I don't know if you care about guitars, but this is my number one favorite
We
guitar.
hate guitars.
It's
We hate gear.
It was another impulse buy, not impulse buy, but I had a Strat that I'd had for a super long time. Somebody walked into my house and decided that they needed it more than I did while I was gone for the day,
Oh, lovely.
which was really nice.
Oh,
But I replaced it with this Mexican
Crime.
Strat. I came in and played a ton of them, and I knew that I'd be changing a bunch of stuff out. But yeah, I've had this now for about 15 or 16 years. Marcus did a bunch of work. He rebuilt the neck, changed out basically every little thing. This is the second bone nut he's done for me. He built this pick guard, which is a sort of a Gilmore deal. But
Marcus helped you put that together?
yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah. Marcus has done...
Luthier in retirement.
Yeah, Luthier in retirement. Marcus has done pretty
Sweet.
much everything on this guitar for me.
Porn star.
He is. He's the man. And yeah, I just love this guitar.
So what pickups did you put in there or you just do electronic stuff to the existing pickups?
No, these are different pickups, and to be honest, Joe, this is gonna make me sound
Too
bad,
long
but
ago.
I have no clue what they are.
Maybe some Fender custom shop something.
They're something.
DiMarzio. Are they noiseless? It doesn't matter.
No, they're not noiseless.
And this is a little Gilmore. It is Gilmore.
Mhm.
It's a little switch.
Yeah, and I don't use it much except for when I'm playing on the neck. It does round it out a little bit.
Cool, man.
Not much.
Did you and Marcus do anything else to that guitar? Just
No.
tweak the pickups, set it up?
Redid the neck. All the frets are they're different frets.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
especially from like here to there was just
They look
destroyed
to
after
be
a while.
jumbos. They appear to be jumbo frets.
Yeah.
Pretty big fatties, yeah.
Yeah, they're fat. I think they're titanium, if I remember correctly.
Marcus usually does the titanium.
It was not cheap.
You need titanium frets.
It was not a cheap deal, but as he told me, like, if you have a guitar that you love, there's no such thing as like money or don't do this to this
That's
guitar
true.
and whatever. And it's like, this thing is
I
is
swear,
magical.
I mean, we're pretty lucky. We're pretty fortunate to have Marcus doing what he was doing. He's, you don't get those kind of, master craftsmen all too that often.
No.
He's a master craftsman.
And he was pretty reasonable at it when he did it.
He's extremely good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Pour my beer chip to my homie Marcus.
no, not on my pedal board. Wait,
Yeah,
a lot,
wait, your pedal
lot of
board.
beer has
Sorry.
been in here before. That's
I
okay.
can smell it just wafting off your pedal board.
Yeah.
Just grit
Yeah.
and beer and just, yep.
So yeah, man. So this, as I
There's
said,
some whitey tighties in there.
Yeah, there's
and we kind of changed some of the
Dr.
settings
Scholl's
for today.
gel.
I don't know. So again, going through here, I got that. This is Fender onboard, which I love. Tube works. It's kind of turned down.
That's cool. Can I play with that?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that'll go to 11 just with some amp and that.
Yeah,
but-
I didn't have the volume real high on the pedal because it'll go loud, people. It's on like 50% volume.
Oh yeah, it'll go real
So
loud.
that thing sounds nice. Good
Oh,
tube saturation.
That just plugged in, cord to that to an amp. It's
And it's got two lights, green for off, red for on.
That's good for guys like Blaise if
That's
you have
very
that
confusing
feature.
to me. That's like my little 4-year-old daughter going, this means yes. This means no. I'm like, all right, you set the rules. Okay.
Yeah, and then other
Farts are
things.
just butt burps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just a poop knocking on the door.
Wow.
My kids knew that at an early age.
This is early.
Yeah.
How much of that beer have you drank, bro?
I want to operate heavy machinery all of a sudden.
I think there's a bobcat in the back alley
Yeah.
or something.
We're
Destroy.
going. We still do surgery. Blaise and I do surgery after the show usually.
Yeah, we do. Just hip and knee replacements. Hip and knee replacements.
You want a
That's
third
why they
hip?
call
Hip
it
and knee
dope.
replacements, generally. Yeah. We
Yep.
specialize in that.
Nip and tucks?
Yeah.
Tuck and nips?
Tuck and nips.
Whoa.
We do a lot of
We
that.
do a lot of
Hey,
tuck
yo.
Yep. For a little extra cash.
So
my God.
let's,
Third
let's
alley
rock-
to the left.
Let's keep rocking.
Yeah.
Let's go
Okay.
whammy.
Yeah.
Can we whammy it? I like this. I like the octave up, octave down on the pedal.
Yeah, get your robot sub. The Go-Go's.
It's fun.
Yeah. Whoa! That's like you're underwater.
Whoa!
And also you do
Yeah.
the Nels Klein trick. Put it two up and then.
Uh-oh, wait. You gotta stop that. That's kind of getting this weird flashback deal.
Yeah. My pacemaker just skipped a beat. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Is
not
it on or
insured.
off right
I'm
now?
not insured for that. That should be off. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, what we were talking about that
Well, that was
delay.
fun. I went
That
somewhere.
was
I went
lovely.
somewhere.
You're getting
You
ready
did.
for the
I
Deadly
was there.
Company. Yeah.
Oh, you got this on, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So you could leave that on. That's
You
for
took
like
some liberties.
the real haunting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, will you give us a little chunk, like a play and a mute, a chunk, so we do it. That delay stuff. So you put a few repeats on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's a good sounding
So you
analog
have
delay.
two delays going on here.
Can we hear your other delay? Oh, that's your reggae delay.
Yeah, so what I'll do is like take that off. Say you're doing something I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody get the go to the
And you go to your
The draw, you
halftime.
drop it, kind
You
of.
go to your halftime and people just, whoa, they're doing this, doing that. Yep, dudes are hitting those timbales.
Rastafari.
Somebody in the front falls down and throws their beer on your pedal
And you
board.
come back
Yeah.
and scare him with the synth wah.
Then you get in here and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, hippie, take this, and hit the tube works, and you just get gnarly.
Take this, you hippie! And people are like, what show did we go to?
I thought this was a ska show, honey.
Yeah, I thought this was a Sanders jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, the synth was
Whee!
fun. It'll do all
Yeah.
It'll do all
You
the
get
cool
freaky
stuff.
with it.
And you're not a compressor on all night guy.
You know, I know people either have them and they leave them or they
So
don't.
do you use it as a boost? Ooh.
This is the little bee. I always think of bees swimming around.
Bees swimming.
Yeah.
Swimming around. Nice.
It's like if rubber bands
Yeah.
were real.
The mystery
people.
I went
Man.
down,
Yeah.
Mr. Man.
Came up to me and he said, "I'm out of sight.
I'm out of sight. Said for a nominal service charge,
I could reach Nirvana tonight." Look here, brother.
I'm
Who-
ready, willing, and able to pay his Zappa.
Is that Cat Stevens?
That's Cat Stevens.
Cat
Okay,
Stevens, yeah.
That's
So yeah,
all,
as far
yeah.
as
It's on the
compress,
album with
the
Keith
compressor,
Tillerman.
I love that you can just let something ring out while you can play an open chord or something like that while you're actually singing. You don't have to keep strumming. Otherwise, I just kind of like it as a clean boost for other things.
Oh,
You know,
so
you
you'll
got something
kick it
else
in
on.
as a little boost.
And I like the attack because I do a lot of stuff where I'm arpeggiating notes and chords.
Oh, yeah.
And it does give this. Oh, that's on too. Oh yeah.
sorry, buddy.
No, that's okay. And then it gives that. It'll do a really great. This one does great sustain forever if you want it to, especially if you're soloing.
Right,
do
and you
that
have
kind
one
of
hand
thing.
just
Oh
going
yeah.
like this.
So I'm gonna do this again. It's great. Yeah, that's a nice tone right there. Good lead tone.
Yeah, that sounds good. Bridge pickup. Bridge pickup for all you listeners on the podcast.
Dude, that's getting all 70s.
Yeah. Very Allman Brothers-y, but with a little freaky.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
That
so
was lovely.
Let's just hit this pipeline since we did.
Yeah, we gotta hear about that. This is a pipeline, people. For all you listeners at
Brody and
home.
Hatch.
Brody and Hatch! They're coming in on a wave! This will be our new Brody and Hatch movie is coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the director of Baywatch.
There's a talking dog in it. There's a talking dog in our
Oh
movie.
yeah, and he surfs.
And he surfs on the front
Yeah.
of the board. It's like Wishbone. He fights sharks.
What's
He
that
said he
movie
fights
with
off
the dead
sharks.
guy that they keep? Weekend at
Weekend at
Bernie's? It's like a mixture of Weekend at Bernie's and Porky's. Porky's and Weekend at Bernie's. It's the new Brody and Hatch movie.
And your wah is a Zach Wild wah. I like
Yeah.
this wah.
Yeah. Zach Wild Wah, Crybaby. Joe is using his hand. He gets a lot of workout like from that arm.
Yeah, but my shake weight's broken.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, usually when the shake weight's broken, Joe likes to handle that.
2 of those at once.
Yeah.
Do you need me to come to your gig and work your pedals, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
I'm with the band. I'm the pedal
pedals for you, man.
Yeah.
pedal guy.
Tim, let's. I feel like we could do like 3 episodes on you, Tim. You have a lot of stories.
Yeah, man.
Let's just.
So we ran out of beer.
We ran out of beer.
So we can't.
I gotta hit the road.
Yeah.
Why don't
need
you?
to go do
Why
a
don't
lot
you
of...
close us out with a story? Anything that comes to mind. It could be about today, this morning. Just tell the
A little story. Yeah, I think
just
that's
wanna
our
hear-
new segment. Is everybody's got to just come up
it
with
could be
some
a-
story.
The more you, it could be a,
Could be a
the more you
lesson
know
learned.
episode, a life lesson.
It could be a life
Just,
lesson. It could be just something you're
You guys
ashamed of.
trust me with life
Yeah.
lessons?
Or
We'll
something,
just-
maybe you're just ashamed of something and you want to say it in front of your children.
Damn, we don't
Anything.
have that time, man.
Okay.
We don't have that time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
guaranteed.
just
That'll be a
give
whole
the
other.
floor to Tim to do
Yep,
our
he's
closeout.
gonna leave
You're
it
gonna
out.
sign us off.
God.
Let's get the kids in the episode too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of kids come in.
Guys, what?
Hey,
what-
you guys come around and just put your arms around him like
Well,
you're taking a picture.
If we're gonna go
and
there,
then he's gonna do some really nasty, dirty.
no. Come here, Lee. So part of probably what I do and why I do it and why I get out of bed in the morning and
It's for yourself.
It's first for myself and for my coffee consumption, then for these guys. This is my son Fergus, who you guys know, and this is my other son Liam.
Hello.
These guys I can't even tell you what they mean to me in my life. And they're both musicians, which rules. What about a story, guys?
Do your Grinch story.
My what?
Your Grinch story. The one you told us when we were like 5 about the Grinch going into your garage and stealing your car with a jackhammer.
I think that's.
I don't
a
know
good
if that
story.
has anything to do with it. I've told my kids so many whack stories, I'd probably get arrested if they were recounted.
Yeah, he still remembers.
You
that
know
one.
about that. You're like
He still remembers.
taking your
Oh,
phone
yeah.
out. Do you want me to call the police when you're not going to actually call the police, but you tell your kids you're going to call
Oh
the
yeah.
cops
I'm
on
gonna
them?
throw out your Legos.
Dustin, you've done
All
that,
that
right?
stuff.
I'm going to throw out your Legos.
Oh, yeah.
If you go back on the roof, I am going to call Officer Vandersloot. And you're like, your phone's actually dead, but calling him, bro.
I'm using that technique.
I'm
When I
just
whip
kidding,
the kids, when I
boys.
get the whip out and I
Oh,
start whipping
jeez.
them, and
I've
don't
had-
worry, those
I've
whip
had
marks will go away.
So many awesome things happen in my life, and I'm so grateful for just being alive. Music-wise, I'll tell you one of the
Power.
I'll tell you the coolest music thing that ever happened to me. About 10 years ago, Wilco came to play here, and I love Wilco.
Keep going.
I love Wilco, and Jeff Tweedy is like a crazy personal hero for me, not ever being able to meet like Keith Richards or Jimi Hendrix or John or Paul or anything like that. That's like mind-boggling.
We can help you out with that.
Oh yeah.
We have connections. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
So I was working at Aleworks at the time, and Nels Klein and Jeff Tweedy came in to eat dinner, and I saw them, and I was like, oh my God. And I just like about lost my freaking mind. And they sat down, and I just like walked over, and I was like, I need to wait on those dudes. And the girl that was working with him was like, yeah, go ahead for it. And I like walked up, and I didn't say anything to him for like a while. I was just like,
you didn't want to be that overwhelming.
it was right after Sky Blue Sky
I was at that show.
Yeah, we were probably all at that show.
I hung out. I talked to Nels. At
Did
that
you?
show. Yeah.
And I was just
really
like,
I played
guy.
dice in the alleyway with Nels. Yeah.
I was just deep into that album, and I just kind of after like 15 minutes, I was like, man, you guys like in a band or something? And they were like, yeah, we're in a band. I was like, oh, what's it called? And they're like, it's called Wilco. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
Telling him about just like hustling and having a newborn and just trying to live my life and be me, but like still be stuck in the trappings of modern life and just trying to be myself and stuff. And they both were like, man, just do you, just keep doing what you're doing, and that's awesome. So he's like, hey, do you want to come to the show? You want to come to the party and and be on the guest list? And so Tom Garnsey is a good friend of mine. I taught all his kids, and he called me up the next day. He's like, dude, why are you on the Wilco guest list? I'm like, I told him the story. He's like, that's really cool, and of course I went to that show, and it was just like,
It's not a good show.
my brain just like fell open on the floor.
That
and
show
watched.
was great, though.
Oh my!
At the Emerson, a small theater. It was in 700 people there?
No, like
6.
350.
Is it that small?
Yeah.
Josie and Double again.
Okay. Well, I was at that show, and it was...
Oh,
Yeah.
Emerson.
Emerson. It was at
okay.
Emerson.
Maybe it was that many. So the other cool thing about that story is they were asking about the venue, and they were like, yeah, well, it's going to be really cool. Have you been there? We haven't played at a small town, in a small venue on this tour, and it should be really cool. And so Nell's like, no, we played a small show like 2 weeks ago, remember? Jeff's like, no. And he's like, yeah, remember Saturday Night Live? And I'm like, oh, that's so sick. Saturday Night Live, right? So I was like,
that size
oh my
theater.
God, that's so cool.
That's rad.
And so then I saw them and just talked to them again, and I was just like, I got to keep playing guitar. I got to keep writing songs. I got to just do this no matter what happens. And I've done that, man.
Yeah.
Even till
I mean,
last Sunday.
Jeff Tweedy is inspirational.
That's
Nels Klein's like my favorite. Love you, Nels.
Yes,
But
Nels.
Jeff
Oh
Tweedy
my God.
is my experience with him anyway has always been that, yeah, man, for a guy of that stature, of that he's a very prominent major deal songwriter, right, performer.
Yeah.
But he travels all over the place and plays, and he like has these human encounters, meets people, and he's like, see, I don't know, man. In my
Well,
experience,
it's good to be grounded.
pretty
You gotta
like
be real.
it's hard, it's he's one of those
Super
dudes.
grounded.
He's able to do that. He does
It's not
that.
douchebag.
No.
No. Sorry, kids.
Your muffs. Blaise, don't
yeah.
ever do that again.
Okay, so
So
let
that's
me
cool,
tell you
Tim.
about. Have you heard of teasers?
Let's talk about
They
the
got a
time.
great.
Blaise
they got a great steak.
Yep, Blaise met Sam Kinison when he was young, and
Yeah.
it's different.
he beat me up, and it changed my life. Yeah.
Oh, God. This is going downhill
Another
quick,
ministry
man.
now.
Oh, my God.
But no, this is the kind of this is what we're gonna do from now on at the Beer and Gear or Gear Beer, what the hell, whatever you call it. Real life human stories. We're human beings. Last time I checked, in the lab, and
Did you feel that?
this arm is robotic, but but yeah, no, that's a good. I like what you did there, Joe. Yeah, we're doing this. We're ending with a story for now on, and you're the first story we're gonna.
Nice.
And that's a good
Thanks,
way to
Tim.
go. That's a good thing, and that's a good story.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Highlight of my life.
And keeping everyone needs to keep getting inspired to do their art, and that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah.
And everyone and today on Oprah, everyone's getting a car.
But here at Music Villa, we have all the devices, all the things, the implements to help you create art, make your own sound.
Joe, way
And
to work it into the
a
sound.
really good pedal selection here at Music Villa. I'm just going to plug that.
Yeah.
If you call these guys, they will direct you and help you find the sounds
We'll
you
keep
want.
transferring you to another person
You can-
until
You can make
You
weird
get dropped.
weird sounds over the phone. Brrr, what makes this? Brrr, and Blaise will be like, "Oh, you need a small stone turned all the
it's
way
like
up."
calling health
That's
insurance.
turned off, but
Yeah.
you know, I want to sound like bees swimming underwater. We'll help you with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what you
Synthwah.
do is come in and ask for that.
Synthwah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And-
guys.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks everyone.
thanks a lot.
Let's leave it on that, shall we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All
Check
right.
out the podcast. We're working on it. We didn't know this was going to be a podcast, so some of the early episodes we're thinking everyone's watching it. So now we're trying to think about it as a podcast a little bit more. So I hope give
Try
us
to be more
your
descriptive
feedback.
with our words.
We know we suck, but if you give us nice feedback, we'll look at it and try and be
Keep
better.
expectations low.
Yeah,
and you'll
yeah,
enjoy
that's
it.
the key.
Sit there in your
Drink.
underwear like,
It's like
talk about the whammy bar.
it's like a band. Like drink twice as much as we drink, and you'll enjoy it.
And you'll sound
Yeah, we're
great.
just having fun.
Yeah.
You'll
sound
goofing
great.
around. It's casual,
So
people.
thank you guys. Yeah,
All right.
or don't drink if you're not
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah, sniff glue,
Yeah, but
whatever gets you,
Whip it.
whatever gets you through the day.
thank you, Gear and Beer, Tim Rooney.
Thank you guys.
Love you,
Thanks
Tim.
for,
Love
thanks
you
for
guys.
coming on over.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Children,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you.
Thanks
Yeah.
to my number 2
Yes.
and number 2 homies in the world.
Yeah. It's good
Wait,
to have
who's your
children on the show.
number
It's a
one?
family
I'm
show,
my
people.
number 1.
It's a family show. All right.
See
Bye,
ya.
guys.
y'all.
Thank you.